everybody, my name is Justin. I love to watch movies, television shows, and all that. If you guys can relate, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification so you guys don't miss any of my up and coming videos. Today we're going to be talking about the second episode of the new reboot of All of That. Last week I talked about the first episode. I really enjoyed it. I like the celebrity impressions. Having the Jonas Brothers in there was pretty funny. Having some of the old cast return, like Lori Beth Denberg and Kel Mitchell, I thought was brilliant to have them return. Brought a lot of nostalgic back in here. In the second episode, we only had Lori Beth Denberg appear in the episode and the Quiet Library, which was pretty funny. But we're going to talk about the different skits, the opening, the little commercials that they have. So make sure to comment down below with your thoughts on the episode. What was your favorite skit? What was your favorite commercial? Did you like Daddy Yankee's performance at the end? So let's start off with the opening, which had them looking for honey because they wanted to have a honey sketch, and then they wanted to look for mustard because they had a mustard sketch, and they had a honey mustard sketch as well. So they're all looking for honey, and there's this bear in the audience that had the honey. And I always liked, especially in All That and the Amanda Bynes show, when they ever got the audience involved, I thought it was pretty funny. I always liked seeing the behind the scenes, watching it being filmed, and you see like the cameras. I always thought it was very intriguing because I always thought it was something they filmed and then they put it on television, but it was actually filmed in front of a live audience. So I always thought that was pretty funny. The sketch is okay. It's kind of redundant and repetitive. It's not that exciting. They're just looking for honey, but I like seeing that I like seeing the audience involved. Moving on to the first sketch of the show, we had people together in this room where they were villains. We had one that can shoot fire, one that was a robot, one that was really strong, and then you had the one who had a long coat, because it's cliche that a main villain has a long coat. So I think it was pretty funny that they're all explaining their different powers and they thought they were really strong, and then he's all excited about his coat and they don't really understand what the power of the coat is, and he just thinks it looks cool. This sketch was a little bit repetitive as well. I think it was funny the first few times that he tried to explain what his coat meant to him and why he was so cool in his coat. But as the sketch went on, the other villains just were kind of fed up with it, and at the end they just walked off, and I thought it was pretty funny. And he was trying to explain to them that, hey, my coat can grow even longer. I thought it was a little bit silly. Then we had a small commercial for Bed Bath & Beyonce. So in the last episode they had the celebrity impressions one, and Gabrielle Green played Beyonce really well in that first episode, and she returns in the second one. It's just a small commercial about Bed Bath and Beyonce. If you need anything like a trash can or an anthem for strong girls, you can find that Bed Bath and Beyonce. And I like Gabrielle Green's performance as Beyonce. She really does a good job impersonating her, so I think that was a pretty funny commercial, and then it transitioned into, you know, the main commercials for Nickelodeon. After coming back from the commercials, we had Quiet Library, which starred Lori Beth Denberg. This one I didn't really find to be that funny. The kids were whispering and she was yelling at them to stop talking, but she was doing things that were even louder, like clipping her toenails and getting a tattoo and putting things in the dryer. And so the kids were just like, what is going on? It's weird. And she was just doing things that really made no sense. It's a silly skit that I only laughed a couple times. Lori Beth Denberg is hilarious. I really loved her in the original All That series, and I like seeing her in here, and her getting a chance to do little skits here and there. I think it's pretty funny. So the Quiet Library one, it was fun to see Lori Beth Denberg in here, very nostalgic, and her screaming at the kids was funny. Then you had another commercial for this Italian restaurant called Trampoline, which you could eat your food and jump on a trampoline. It's a odd concept that worked. It was delivered nicely from the actor who also portrayed Adam Sandler in the last episode. He delivered his lines really well, made it seem like an authentic Italian restaurant, and seeing the people in the background jumping up and down and having like hot like spaghetti and everything fly all over them was pretty funny. It's a little bit short, and at the end they said it's 3 blocks from Samuel L. Jackson's medical center. That little tidbit right there was pretty funny. We also had Vital Information. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I don't really care for Vital Information, even the one with Lori Beth Denberg from the original show. A lot of it just makes no sense. Reece Caddell takes over as the Vital Information host, and she does an okay job, but I just don't really care for any of those episodes. Moving on to the last full skit, and I think this is probably the best one out of them all, is where you have Reece Caddell and Nathan Janak as babies in their big strollers, but they're acting like teenagers. They're saying boo, and they're talking about, and they're gossiping and everything. I thought it was really funny, and Nathan Janak is easily my favorite actor in the new revival so far. He did a great job as Ariana Grande the last episode, and some other times I've seen him. I thought he was really funny. Here, he delivers his lines really comfortably. He's amusing, he's funny, and I think he had pretty good chemistry with Reece. I thought that they were, I thought they played off of each other really well. This is the one where I easily laughed at the most. I like those episodes where they're throwing things at each other and watching them not react to something in their face. They just have to roll with the punches and just continue their lines. Oh, it's funny like in SNL as well, and as well as the old All That's, where they're messing with each other, trying to make each other laugh, but they're not. And so there's a little bit of that in this episode. There's a little bit of that in this skit, so I like that. Plus, I think that it's funny, and it's ironic and really spot on for how teenagers talk now. So it's funny to see them. It's funny to see the babies act like teenagers, but they're so excited about certain things that babies do, like walking and having your first birthday. I thought it was pretty funny. Easily the best skit of the one that I've seen in the second episode. And then we had the performance by Daddy Yankee that I did not care for. I don't really care for Daddy Yankee in general, so it's something that I kind of just zoned out on. So that's all for episode 2 of the new All That revival. What did you think about the second episode? What was your favorite skit? Who's your favorite actor so far in the show? Are you looking forward to a third episode, and are you liking the series so far? Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and you guys can check out my review for the first episode of All That right here. And stay tuned for more reviews coming your way. My name is JustinWatchesMovies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.